Hi Rangers, this is the first part of solving systems of linear inequalities. We're going to be going over a test point today. So our directions state that for each graph below, state whether each point is a solution to the system of inequalities. So to be a solution in the system of inequalities, when we're given a graph like this example, we want it to fall in the overlapping shading area. So if you look, this right here, this darker area that I'm highlighting in yellow, that is the solution set. So what we're going to do is we're going to plot these 4 points and see if it falls in that yellow highlighted area. Reminding ourselves that if it falls on a solid line, it's good to go. If it falls on a dotted line, it does not work. So I'm going to plot -1, +2. So I go over -1 on the x-axis. I go up 2. This is number 1. It is not in our yellow shaded area, so no, this is not a solution. 0, 1. I'm going to go over. I'm not going to go over, but I'm just going to go up. This falls on a dotted line, which means it falls through the cracks. So number 2 is not a solution. Number 3, 4, 2. I'm going to go over 4, up 2. Yes, this falls on a solid line, but it does not fall in that common shaded area. So no, number 3 is not a solution. So you have to be careful. The only part of the solid line that would work would be down here that I just wrote in red. Okay, so anything above that dotted line does not work. Okay, number 4, 2, 0. So I'm going to go over 2 and then stay there. That's number 4. So this one does fall in that common shaded area and it is below that dotted line. So yes, this is a solution. So what I want you to do is pause the video and try 6 through 10 on your own. Okay, so hopefully you gave this a try. We're looking for it to fall in this common shaded area right there. Okay, so 6, -4, I go over 6, I go down 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 6 is in that shaded area, so yes, it is a solution. 10, -10, so I go over 10, down 10. Number 7 is in the shaded area, so that works out. 0, 0 is right here. For number 8, it falls on the solid line, but not in the shaded area. So number 8 is not a solution. 3, -4. So I go over 3, I go down 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be right here. It falls on a dotted line, which means it falls through the crack. And it's not a solution. 8, -4. It's right here, number 10. That is on a solid line in the shaded area, so yes, that works as a solution. So we have to know the difference between number 8 not being a solution and number 10 being a solution. Okay, now we have new problems. So the directions state for 11 through 16, determine whether the ordered pair is a solution of the linear system of inequalities. So all we're going to do for this is plug it in to both equations, and we want true statements for both equations. And we're going to use our calculator to help us. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my calculator real quick. I'm going to go to a new calculator screen, and I'm going to lay my notes on top so we can see them. Okay, so here we go. So we want to know if 0, 0 is a solution to this inequality. So first thing we need to do is we need to plug in 0, 0 into the top equation. So that would give me 0 is less than -4 times 0 plus 5. Then all I'm going to do is type that into my calculator. So 0 is less than -4 times 0 plus 5. I press enter. It tells me it is a true statement. which means now I need to check the second equation. So 0 is greater than or equal to 1/4 times 0. So here we go. 0 is greater than or equal to 1/4 times 0. It gives us a true statement. So two true statements means yes, it's a solution. Okay, so yes, we got a solution. Okay, going on to number 12. Okay, so we have two new equations and our point is 0, 0. So I'm going to plug it in. I have 0 is less than -4 times 0 plus 5. So we have 0 is less than -4 times 0 plus 5. Make sure I type that in right. Oops, nope, typing in something different. See, that's why we need to make sure we pay attention. Here we go. So 0 is less than -4 times 0 plus 5. Press enter. I get a true statement. Okay, I plug it into my second one. 5 times 0 minus 2 times 0 is greater than 10. Okay, so I have 5 times 0 minus 2 times 0 is greater than 10. It says it's false. So if it's one true and false, that means no, it's not a solution. So no, this is not a solution. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. Remember, this is my x value, this is my y value, so I'm going to plug in -2 for x in this one right here. So -2 is less than or equal to 3. Well, if you're not sure about that, again, you can always type it in the calculator. -2 is less than or equal to 3. Press enter. It tells us that it's true. We have 5 is greater than or equal to -4. Again, you can always type that into your calculator if you need to. 5 is greater than or equal to -4. That is true. We got two true statements, which means yes, this is a solution. Okay. We're going to just keep repeating the process. Okay, so again, this is my x value, this is my y value, so my point is 1, 3. I'm going to plug it in. So I have 2 times 1 minus 3 times 3 is less than or equal to 3. Okay, so I have 2 times 1 minus 3 times 3 is less than or equal to 3. Press enter. It tells me it's true. Try the second point. I have 3 is greater than negative. I'm plugging in a 1 plus 4. Three is greater than -1 plus 4. I get false. One true, one false means no, this is not a solution. Okay, so what I would like you to do is go ahead and try these last two on your own and pause the video. Okay, so hopefully you paused the video and you gave them a try. So let's see how you did. So we have -2 is my x. And, oops, my x. And 4 is my y, so I'm going to plug it in. -2 times, oops, nope. 2 times -2 plus 3 times 4 is greater than 3. So I switch back to my calculator. Go ahead and put my notes on top so I can see them. Okay, so we had 2 times negative 2 plus 3 times 4 is greater than 3. It says that it is true. I check my second point. I have 4 is greater than a negative 3/5 times negative 2 minus 2. So 4 is greater than negative 3/5 times negative 2 minus 2. Okay, got everything typed in right. That says that it's true. Which means, yes, this is a solution. So hopefully that's what you got when you tried it on your own. Okay, last one of this kind. We have the x value of negative 3, y value of 0. So we have 7 times negative 3 plus 2 times 0 is greater than negative 4. So here we go. 7 times negative 3 plus 2 times 0 is greater than negative 4. And we got false. So since we got false on the first equation, we don't even have to check the second equation. That automatically means it's a no-go. Okay. So once you get one false, it's automatically not a solution. So we don't even have to check the second equation. Okay, so for it to be a solution to the system, it has to be in both, it has to work in both equations if you plug it in, like we just did. Okay, now, determine which graph best represents the solution set to this inequalities. So if you look at what we have, okay, look at your answer choices. Notice all of the lines are exactly the same. Okay, so we have one solid, one dotted, which is fine because they're all the same. The only thing that's different is the shading. Okay, the shading on the common area, the solution set is the only thing that's different. So what I would suggest you do if you have something like this is to pick a test point in each area and test it to see if it works in the equations that are given like we just did in the previous examples. Okay, so if I'm checking answer choice A, I'm going to say my test point is 0, 0. Okay, so if I plug in 0, is it greater than 2 times 0 minus 8? Okay, so if I go to my calculator, let's go ahead and get a new screen so it's not so messy and I don't get confused. Okay, so I put my notes back up here. Okay, so I had 0 is greater than 2 times 0 minus 8. It tells me that it's true. Okay, then I do 0 for the second one, 0, 0. 3 times 0 plus 2 times 0 is greater than, or sorry, is less than or equal to 2. 3 times 0 plus 2 times 0 less than or equal to 2. I get true. So since I got true on both of them, that means that's my solution right there. A is my solution. Okay, if I try to pick another test point, it's not going to work. So just to show you, I will show you what it looks like if I use this point right here, 0, 4. Okay, so this would be my test point. Just to show you. Okay, so that was for answer choice A. If I go to answer choice B, we have 4 is greater than 2 times 0 minus 8. Go back to my calculator. Put my notes on top. Okay, so we have 4 is greater than 2 times 0 minus 8. Okay, it works in the first one, but you got to check both equations. So we have 3 times 0 plus 2 times 4 is less than or equal to 2. So 3 times 0 plus 2 times 4 less than or equal to 2. It tells us that it's false. Okay, so based on that right there, I just showed you why answer choice B doesn't work. If I picked a test point in C or D, it also would not work because it can only have one solution set, and that was the first one we tried. We got lucky on that one. Okay, so yay that we got lucky. So go ahead and try this one on your own. Same concept. See if you can pick a test point and try it out. Okay, so hopefully you picked a test point. Typically, I would like to start with 0, 0. But in this case, 0, 0 falls on a dotted line, so it's not going to help us in this case because it would fall through the cracks. Okay, so we'd have to pick another test point. So for answer choice A, let's just pick this one right here. 0, -3 as our test point. Okay, so if I plug in, so we're working on answer choice A, 4 times 0 minus 7 times -3 is greater than 0. Okay, go back to my handy dandy calculator. Four times 0 minus 7 times -3 is greater than 0. We get, dun dun dun, true. So I have to try it in the second equation. So remember, 0 is my x value and -3 is my y value. So I have 0 plus 5 times -3 plus 8 is greater than -2. So let's try this one out. 0 plus 5 times -3 plus 8 is greater than -2. When I do that, it's false, which means answer choice A is not correct. Okay, so now I have to move on to answer choice B. Okay, pick a test point. It can be any number. I'm just going to start right here at 1, 0 for my test point. I try to pick numbers that are easy to multiply by. Okay, nothing too complicated. So 1, 0. So I'm going to write that here so I don't forget it. Okay, so the first equation, we have 4 times 1 minus 7 times 0 is greater than 0. So here we go. Oops. It's very tedious switching back and forth between these. So 4 times 1 minus 7 times 0 is greater than 0. We get true. Okay, now I'm going to plug it into the second equation. So I have 1 plus 5 times 0 plus 8 is greater than -2. So 1 plus 5 times 0 plus 8 is greater than -2. Make sure I typed it in correctly. Enter. I get true. 2 trues means that's my solution set. So my answer for this one would be answer choice B. And we do not have to worry about checking the other answer choices. Okay, so go ahead and write down any questions, summaries that you have, and make sure you ask your teacher. Have a great day.